Hello, everybody. How are you guys? Woo. I'm having some clothing Saturday, and it's a lazy Saturday because I've been working my butt off for 2 weeks, and I kind of slept in this morning. So, yay, we're here. Hello, everybody. Okay, so before we get started with some messages, I just want to go over some housekeeping stuff. So please remember, if you're watching, that this today is for members of the THM Club. If you can go onto my website and find all the information, not just for the THM Club, but how to book a private reading, all of that kind of stuff. I do want to remind my members, and especially my new members, that I doesn't reset your messages. This is for to make sure I can fit everybody in within a month. Everybody gets at least one message every month. And two, because some people join the club at the beginning of the month, some join at the end of the month. And if I have to do it this way, otherwise at the beginning of the month, I just get bombarded with everybody trying to get in at the same time. So please, and you guys will get better messages. You guys will get so much better messages if you allow a little bit of time to lapse in between your readings, right? Because Spirit, what they like to do is validate what's going on in your world right now. Not so much predict what's coming up, but more validate that they're with you right here, right now, right? As for like and share, I did see that there's a number of you guys. Just please forgive me, you guys. I just moved in here last Sunday. I'm a single mom, so I'm working. I've been trying to set up the house, do the movers, clean out the old house. Oh, we've got the THM Center stuff going up. My computer's doing all this update stuff. Sorry, guys. Plus, my kids' school's now on the other side of the city, so I'm driving back and forth, and it's just like, I need a day off. So tomorrow, I'm quite looking forward to having a day off. All right, so all of that being said, today's membership was very interesting, actually. Somebody's texting me. Today's live or messages. I can't even talk. Spirit's already trying to get in my head. Today's member readings, I started with like 7 people on my list. Then I had some people canceling, saying, no, we can't do it now. And it was one of those mornings where you think you have your list and it just changes like 15 times. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, the whole list aspect of this was not the way I intended when I set up the THM Club. I just intended for you guys to call in and me to just answer the phone. But to try to make it more convenient for people so you didn't have to spend the whole hour trying to get through, I just started calling, like letting you guys message me and then calling you. But it's becoming a kind of a pain in the butt. Like I've had people text messaging me at 6 a.m. and stuff. And so I think what I'm going to do, you guys, is unless you have not had a message for like 6 weeks or something, then I think I'm just going to go back to the way that we started the THM Club, which is if you're a member, then when I go live, just start calling in and whoever gets through, gets through. Fair enough? All right. So, wow. So after all of that was said and done, I ended up with only 2 people on my list today. So, and both of these people are guests of other members. So members, if you haven't had a message from Spirit in a month or so, in 4 weeks or so, the number is down below in the comments section. And after I call these 2 people, then I will open it up for members to call in. And I can usually fit in 3 or 4 people per live. All right, so I'm done talking. Let's get right to it. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and Spirit has had a lot to say. Hold on, you guys. See, this is what I mean. Somebody's texting me, but I'm not exactly... See, okay, so never mind, because we just had another one change as well. So now I have only 1 person on my list. This is what I mean. It's crazy. Okay, so Chris, I'm coming to you. Woo, let's change that around. All right, here we go. Chris. Oh, one more thing before I call Chris. I want you guys to know as well that beginning next week, either Probably not Tuesday because I'm going to need a little more time than that, but probably next Saturday, we will be doing these lives on Instagram as well as YouTube. But you have to understand that Instagram doesn't record them, I don't think. And if they do, I don't know how to get to them really, or I can get to them, but I don't know how to share them. So I'm going to record on both platforms, both YouTube and Instagram. And then you guys can come back to YouTube to be able to see your recorded readings. But then you can watch from whichever platform you want. But that's starting next Saturday. I'm so excited. Okay, so Chris, here we go. That's interesting. Some interesting energy, Chris. And a mother figure.
Hello?
Hi, is this Chris?
Yes.
Hi, Chris. It's Tracy calling. How are you?
Not too bad.
That's good. Did your sister, I think it's your sister, tell you that she was sharing your membership today?
Yes, she did.
Perfect. So you're expecting my call. Okay, you definitely have energy coming forward, Chris, already. Like my face is already getting itchy. There's somebody's trying to say something. So let's do this. Have you watched me before? I think you have. You watched the Like and Share Tarot, I think, before too.
Yes.
Okay.
Group reading with my sisters a couple years ago.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, let's do this then. So I want you to sit with both feet flat on the ground so that we can do this connecting exercise, okay?
Okay.
So when I'm done talking, I want you to close your eyes, and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay, so interesting. So you're familiar with my term, the puzzle dump, right?
I just watched a video on it.
Perfect. Okay, because I've got a puzzle dump coming through. And I know that I've read for your family before and I should remember who all your loved ones are, but I read for so many people I don't. So we are kind of starting all over again, okay? So right away, here we go. Here's the puzzle dump. Right away, I'm very familiar. There is a mother figure that is coming through. She feels very, very, very connected. Like, I don't think this is grand. Is your mom on the other side, hun?
Yeah, she passed away in October.
Okay, that makes sense because she's so strong. Her energy is so strong. But she's also showing me the body scan, which is my symbol for more than one issue in the body or pain throughout the body. She's showing me letting go. She's making me feel like she just needed to let go, like she was just done with that old body. And she's very free in the physical or in the non-physical world now. She's not weighted down. Sometimes they'll show me that their bodies are like a weight. Do you know what I mean? That when we get to that end point in our life, they just don't function, keep us weighed down. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
She's absolutely free, helping him move forward because she shows me the pause sign. And I feel like, well, let's be more specific. She's taking me back. She's showing me the black or the for challenge, then me the pause sign. And I feel like I'm in between worlds because whatever you're doing now is not what you're going to be doing 6 months from now. But I see the light bulb going on as well and the push. So somebody's pushing you outside of your comfort zone and moving you in a new direction. Do you understand what she's talking about right now? Okay, let me go back here. We'll go back and figure out how these pieces fit together now because she's showing me. Okay, so let's go back to how they started. Challenge or darkness. So there was a period of your life for at least a good year there where I feel the only way I can describe that emotion is stuck or just not happy. Just, I'm not where I want to be. I'm where I have to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
She's very much emphasizing the pause sign right now. Are you not working right now?
I'm working, yeah.
Why does she keep showing me the pause? What is paused then? If this isn't work, because I'm feeling forward motion and then pause. And then there's no, I'm feeling a period of like contemplation going on right now. Are you considering changing jobs into a whole new career? You're doing what you have to do. Do you know what I mean? And I'm seeing you moving into doing what you want to do. You have to be brave. You have to make your choices and decisions based on love for yourself and faith in her and in God and in the universe that they will meet you halfway. She keeps showing me that she's helping you with this and that you can't see the whole thing. I feel like you want to see the whole road between here and there before you're willing to get on it. And it doesn't work that way. You can only see what's right in front of you. She's pulling somebody forward, Chris, that, see, this person is making my face go all itchy. This person passed before we would think of as their time. They have white lighters all around them. White lighters are beings on the other side that are pure white light, and their job is to help souls heal. So typically I will see them surround somebody who either takes responsibility for their passing, committed suicide, or whose passing was sudden, unexpected, or traumatic in such a way that there's a lot of healing needed for the person that passed or the people that are left behind. And then I'm feeling to the side. Do you have a sibling on the other side? Or somebody who was like a brother or like a sibling on the other side?
I have 3 brothers.
That are all on the other side?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so the validation that they're giving me around my nose, okay, my face is getting all itchy. When they do that, that's a symbol of disfiguration or that my body was not the same as it when I passed that it was before. There was sometimes I will see that if somebody was in an accident. Sometimes it'll be like with cancer at the end of my life where I lost like 50 pounds and became a skeleton, or do you know what I mean? Who would this be?
I had one brother who committed suicide.
There we go. That makes perfect sense. Interesting. This was some time ago, hey?
Yeah, I was 10.
That makes a lot of sense because the reason why I knew it was some time ago is because he's showing me that he walks beside you. And that he's been watching over you for a great deal of time. I think depression kind of runs in your family because he's showing me this, which is my symbol for depression. You can't see that if you're not watching, but I'm waving my arm up and down. Or just negative thinking. Do you know what I mean? But I definitely feel this as a generational curse throughout your family. Like it runs in lines, this negative thinking or this depression, this emotional, overwhelming feeling. Do you understand that? So your mom is absolutely validating that she's there with your brothers, but your dad must be on the other side as well because the gentleman just stepped forward as well. And I hear daddy's hands. That's my symbol for father figure, or someone on dad's side of the family. Is your dad also on the other side, hun?
Yeah.
But he must have passed suddenly, unexpectedly, like quick. I don't know if this was heart or if this was just something that went really super fast, but I feel like we didn't have a lot of warning around him. Do you understand that?
Yeah, he died of cancer.
And it just must have went super fast because he's making my face itchy too. So I feel how quick this went and how much it just changed everything about him.
Yeah, they gave him 3 months, and I think it was maybe a month after he had surgery and stuff that he passed.
I'm sorry. Know that your mom and dad are together on the other side. And I feel the healing going around them. So I don't know if this was really hard on your mom for a long time because she's really showing me that she's found healing now that her and dad are back together. And I do see all your brothers together now. they're very much surrounding you because there is this change coming up in your world. But I think what they're trying to show me is that whatever you have been doing, this job out of obligation, it's going to start feeling harder and harder, or you're going to start feeling more and more pressure. It just becomes more uncomfortable, almost, I guess, is the way I would word that, because it's supposed to. Because if it was comfortable, you would stay there, and there's something better waiting for you over here. But if you don't get uncomfortable where you are, you're never going to venture out of your comfort zone and go seeking it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know that you have some ideas because your mom keeps saying, tell him I hear his thoughts. Tell him I hear his thoughts. He's just got to do it. And she's trying to put you on that road. So you have ideas of something you want to do. I just think it's the way she's showing me that you're not jumping on it because you can't see the whole road is making me feel like you can't see the whole plan yet. And you're kind of like detail oriented. Hey, you want to have everything in order before you do it.
Yeah.
She's like, it doesn't work like that, son. You got to have a little faith. You got to put your faith in God. Gone. We are still communicating with you. You just have to watch for the synchronicity and cooperative incidences. And she's throwing change at you. Did you just find change? Like on the ground? Have you ever heard that saying, pennies from heaven?
Yeah. Not really, no.
Look down, because I don't think it's an accident that she's saying that they're trying to communicate with synchronicities and cooperative incidences with you. And she's like throwing change at you. I'm like, why are you throwing it at him? And she's like, tell him to look down, would ya? Because we get oblivious in our day-to-day lives, right? We're so used to physical communication that it takes some practice to look for the non-physical communication. And there's certain synchronicities that we chalk up as meaningless, right? But they're not. And there's a reason that saying came about, pennies from heaven, because it's one of those things that spirit will utilize to give you a message exactly when you need it. So the next time that you get out of your car at the store or something like that, or you're walking along the sidewalk, look down and pick up that penny or pick up that nickel, because that is a sign from your loved ones. And if you don't know what it means, then you have to get a little bit more practiced in your conversation with them, because it will always be an answer to the questions that you're asking. Because see, the dead really, and your mom right now, she really needs you to know that she's not gone. She feels more in contact with you now than she did when she was here in the physical world. And I don't know I think that's just, were you guys separated by distance or space physically? Or does she just mean that she was separated physically because of the body? I don't know how to interpret what she's saying there. But she's saying that she can be with you a heck of a lot more now than she was when she was stuck in the physical body. Hello?
We had a bit of a falling out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Her caregivers were taking advantage of her, and it was suggested to me to go through elder abuse investigation.
Right.
And
she didn't.
I started doing that, and I got accused of trying to steal all her money.
Yeah.
So it just...
That makes...
Some of the things that were said, it was like, you know what, this isn't me. It's way beyond what I would do. I'm looking out for you. And it took me back all the way through my childhood to where I felt like I was the family doormat, basically, because I got blamed for everything.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know what, I'm done with this. That's it. So I just...
So you didn't get to talk to her very much before she passed?
No.
That explains to me why she keeps telling me. See, I don't know why the dead emphasize things when they do it, because I'm not in your life and I didn't know that story, right? But it makes a lot more sense now, because the one thing that she keeps overemphasizing, Chris, is that she is with you right now. And as you were telling me that story, do you know what I was seeing her do? This, which is my symbol for thank you and gratitude. See, when they get to that side, now she's showing me the life review and the rose-colored glasses, which is where they can see things differently on that side than they did here in the physical world. And the life review is where they had to view their life through everyone else's eyes. Slow this down. Remember how I said she was telling me about how the negative thinking or the mental illness runs in your family? She's like, yeah, it didn't skip me. She takes some responsibility for that. And that when you were describing that situation, she's like, that's what I did too. I just go right to negative thinking, right? Right to the worst case scenario. And she's sorry for that. And I feel like she's trying to make up for it on the other side now by sending you all kinds of synchronicities and cooperative incidences. But I don't think you're quite resonating with them. You're not quite understanding, because if you're real mind, which not muddled in the mind, let me rephrase that. When people are in the non-physical form, okay, you can't communicate the same way that we can. You have to ask one question at a time and wait for the response. So if you're not doing that for the sign, then when you get, you're not going to understand. Do you know what I mean? She wants you to open that door of communication again so that she can prove to you that she's there when they're literally cheerleading you on the other side. But I feel like she wants to make this up to you. I feel like she wants to be that person that you can depend on. She's absolutely still here. And when you ask them for their help and then they show up, that help shows up in your life in such a divine way. Let me tell you, there is no denying that spirit is real and that they are still here. And your mom on the other side has been able to see that you've been living over here, and why it's so important that they push you out of your comfort zone and into this new reality where you get to express yourself, where you get to experience life that is on your terms and that is full of purpose and not obligation. Because even as you were telling that story, it's almost like you've carried that obligation of what's expected of me. There's this feeling of always trying to do what other people want me to do, but no matter what I do, I can't, somebody's not happy. Slow that down.
Yeah.
And this is now about you learning to make you happy, because when you make you happy, the rest of them will come to you. You don't have to try to show everyone else that you can make them happy, or you don't have to try to be somebody that everybody else will love. You are lovable and amazing, but I think you just got to tune into that. You got to look at yourself, figure out what makes you happy, figure out what gives you joy, and do more of that, because happiness is attractive. Happiness is also contagious. So when you're feeling happy, you will pull happy people into you. And there is some big changes coming into your life, Chris. Like your mom is saying, listen, you're going to do this the easy way or the hard way, but you're going to be happy, darn you. You've been sad for long enough, and you've been I don't know if it's depressed, but I almost want to say numb. Does that make sense? You feel numb.
Yeah, it's some things have been disappointing, and it's
but these are disappointing for a reason. I want you to understand. When you said that, I saw being pushed out of your comfort zone. Certain things have to be left behind in order for you to look in another direction for happiness. So don't focus on the things that are disappointing. Focus on the blessing in disguise. It's like in every single storm there is, have you heard me give the hurricane example before? The hurricane, I'll give you this hurricane analogy. I'm going to leave you with this one. Is that whenever we encounter a storm in our life or a big challenge in our life, it's like a hurricane. Look, and us being inside our house looking out at this hurricane. Now, there's two windows we can look out of. We can look out the right window or the left window, and we're going to see panic and fear and destruction and chaos and death. But if we look out the right window, we're going to see miracles happening. We're going to see heroes being born that would never have been born had the storm not existed. The storm can cause all of this other stuff if you look out of that other window, but it can also give you the material you need to grow and become a hero. And without that storm, you will never have been inspired to become that. Think about every superhero movie you've ever seen. They need a villain. They need a challenge. Each and every single challenge provides a glorious opportunity for you to come out of it on the other side, a brand new person, a brand new perspective. There are some amazing things that are about to come into your world this year, but I'm left with this feeling of you're going to get happy the easy way or the hard way. So the easy way is by recognizing that you need to make choices based on love for yourself and your family and making choices that feel good. And the hard way is life will push you out of that comfort zone, whether you want to or not. So what I mean by the hard way is when I wanted a new car and I'd been praying for it for a long time, God kept showing me these ads for new cars. And I was like, I can't afford that. I was so clear on my restrictions that I just wasn't even looking for that. But I kept praying for a new vehicle. So God did it the hard way. And some moron backed right into my van and squashed it. And then next thing you know, I'm looking up new vehicles. Guess who got a new vehicle? So you either do things the easy way or the hard way. But no matter what, this year is going to bring in a whole bunch of change. And I think your mom just wants you to know that because of that distance and space, especially that you felt before she died, that she's closing that off. And she needs you to know that that ends. She loves you very much. She's overemphasizing, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And as you were saying that you kind of felt like the family doormat growing up, she showed me when you said that statement, she goes, mind blown. She never viewed it from that perspective before until she got on the other side. And so now I feel like she's working overtime for you to know that she's with you and guiding you. So start by asking her one question at a time and say, Mom, I need to know you're here and I need to know that you're with me. So if you're here, send me a sign. And then open your eyes and watch for the synchronicities and cooperative incidences. And they will guide you to each and every single answer that you ask. It's just that you never know if it's coming today or tomorrow or the next day. Just keep your eyes open. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Interesting. Is your dad the smoker, by the way? I'm not sure who it is, but your mom's pointing to the gentleman, and I thought it was your dad, but it could be the brother. All I know is she's pointing to the guy, and she's going, he's still smoking over here, by the way. He's still smoking. Someone's smoking.
I know my dad did smoke at one time, but I know he quit.
That makes total sense. He's not anymore. I thought it was Dad. Your mom's pointing to him going, he's still smoking, you know. And it's funny because the dead tell me all the time, you can't kill me twice. So they do what they like on that side.
I believe my grandfather smoked.
That's interesting. When you said your grandfather, I see them together in a cloud of smoke. Oh, they're.
I can't remember if he smoked cigars or pipe.
Well, they're irritating your mom because I don't think she's a smoker. She's like pointing to them and telling them to go stand over there, and I don't think she really likes smoke, huh? That's too funny. She loves you very much, Chris. I hope this was helpful. Hello?
I just kind of lost for words for a bit. I don't know.
Is there a question or anything that you have before we let them go?
I know I always have this feeling I'm being watched over, but I don't know who it is. It's kind of weird.
It's all of them. Well, like I said, when you say you always had that feeling, the first person I saw was your walking with you from a very early age. And then I know the other ones joined him at some time. Your dad is there. We all have people watching over us, whether we know it or not. If you're like me, you've gone through your whole life feeling watched. So maybe that means that you have a few more empathetic and psychic abilities than what you have been willing to experience at this point. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah, I know I've seen shadows out of the corner of my eye, like somebody's there, but I looked and there's nothing there.
Well, you can't see it with your physical eye. You can see it out of the corner of your, I don't know what you would call that, metaphysical eye. I don't know, out of the corner of that eye. But if you try to see it with your physical, you can't. That's story of my life, dear. So that just means, and like I said, your mom's been saying this whole time, she wants to help you. They're trying to help you. But we often rationalize away their interactions with us. And when we do that, we completely miss those beautiful opportunities. Pull their energy back here. And you have an amazing rest of your day, okay?
You too.
Okay, bye-bye. Sorry guys, my nose is just, there's somebody else coming through that passed suddenly, unexpectedly, or before we think of as their time. Hold on. Hello, you're live with Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, who's calling?
It's Stephanie Blanchard.
Hi, Steph. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. You have good energy, exciting energy. I don't know what that was about, but I heard woohoo when you called.
Oh.
That was interesting. All right. Are you ready to do this?
I am.
You have such good energy. I want to come to your house. I don't know what you're doing, but wow. Interesting.
I always feel really good when I call you. That's probably what it is.
Aw.
Yeah.
I just know I can feel the excitement. It's like, woohoo. Okay. Both feet flat on the floor for me. I want you to close your eyes, and then I want you to take a deep breath. Picturing that deep breath, starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and blow it straight through the phone at me, and give me a minute to focus. Okay. Interesting. Okay, give me a second here. Oh, my nose is going nuts again. Okay, so I'm very used to your grandmother who comes through very often, but I think she's trying to bring somebody else through. Slow this down. I don't know what she's talking about. Give me a second. I got to slow her down. There's some kind of stress or something. I'm not sure what this is. Okay, so now I hear, okay, so now she's coming through clear. So now I'm hearing daddy's hands, which is my symbol for father figure, or someone who's on dad's side of the family. Dad's still here, though, I'm fairly certain, because she's showing me putting the white blanket around his shoulders. That's my symbol for watching over somebody who has health or stress issues. And then I feel confusion everywhere. And I don't know, but I don't know if that's your dad's confusion. It's almost like worry or confusion. He's married, correct?
He is, yeah.
And this is your stepmom, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like, is she really worried about him? Is there some type of health thing going on around your dad? Because grandma's just showing watching over him. I can feel the confusion, the worry. And I think the people that are stepping forward are your stepmom's loved ones that are also watching over this situation. But I don't know what's going on. Slow this down. Is your dad retired?
No. Well, I mean, it depends on which dad you're talking about, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So your biological dad.
Yeah, but it could be my biological father. But I don't really know much, to be honest.
That she was trying to bring through. That's who they're connected to, not the stepmom. It's your dad and family on that side that you have absolutely no idea who they are. So this is your stepdad's mom? This grandma?
The one that always comes through is my well, the dad I always thought was my dad's mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said stepdad, but I know who I'm talking about, because she's like making me feel like that doesn't change no matter what, but she knows how important it is that you've been thinking about needing some information from that side of the family.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why she's bringing them through, because the dead will always try to validate that they know what you need and that they're with you. And so if you've been wondering about this recently, that's why she's bringing it up, because she wants you to just ask her for help. She will help bring you into contact to you if you want that.
I actually know quite a bit of people. Like, it's hard to pull conversations up and stuff like that. So I don't know a lot because it's hard to get information. I don't know what to explain. Yeah.
All I know is that she's telling me that there is something going on with that situation that's going to bring more information to you.
Okay.
And then she closes that door. She's like, all right, now we said that. Let's talk about this. Woo, we're going on a travel. We're going on a trip. She's showing me beach and sand, and she's like, you better plan it. We're doing it. We are absolutely doing it. I feel like I'm going south, so I don't know.
That would be so nice.
I don't travel, so I don't know where she's taking. I just know I feel sun and sand. I don't know if this is Mexico, but I feel like you really want to go, but there's a feeling of restriction, and she's telling you to just do it.
Well, we actually had planned to go before all this stuff happened, and it canceled our trip because of all this stuff. And
she's getting excited.
And everything, it was so frustrating.
She said that it's almost time. We're going to push forward with that, and she's confirming the march forward. Interesting. I keep hearing from spirit and in my meditations and everything that February was going to kind of feel like constrained, like 2020. But as we go into spring, we are going to march forth. Literally something about March 4th and marching forth. Something around March is where things open up again.
Interesting.
Okay, slow this down. She's not letting anybody else talk. I can feel somebody else back there, but she has no interest. I'm just saying. I'm seeing jewelry as well. Did you just get a ring fixed or something about a ring? Do you have a family ring?
No, I don't, but it's weird because this has come up before, and I don't know what she's talking about. Like a long time before, like years ago.
This came up.
Yeah, and I still don't understand it. At some time, I'm sure I will, but I don't.
Well, let me just ask what she's talking about. Hold on. Because you and your husband are married, right?
Yes.
So this is not like an engagement ring, but it does feel very important. Like it feels like the same significance as a wedding ring almost, which is why I guess family ring. So if this is not a family ring, is there another ring that would have that kind of emotional significance around it, considering your grandmother?
No, not that I know of.
Still seeing them slip one on your finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you have one made? Interesting. You have 6 kids or 5 kids or something like this.
7.
Yeah. I'm sure I can't remember how many. You crazy girl.
There's a big number. What is it?
I know, right? It's like, you crazy girl. But I don't know. She's showing me this ring. Slow this down.
Maybe it's because I do have a wedding. I do have my wedding set, but there's a ring that I wish I would have had better. Maybe she's talking about that one because I often think about it. Like, that ring, maybe it has some significance. I'm not really sure.
As you say that, I can feel her take a breath. Because you've been a member a long time and you know what they do most is they try to validate your personal thoughts and feelings that I would have no way of knowing, right? And if that is something that you have thought of over and over and over again, and how would I have that in my frame of reference other than to know that this is an important ring that means family, that means commitment, that means love. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would make sense.
I feel like she's saying, do it, do it, do it. We need to do this. And I think the reason why it's coming up, I just asked her in my head, I'm like, well, why did you say it before and let it go for a while and came up again? And she's like, well, she didn't do it. The sale was over. I'm not going to tell her to go get the family ring. If the sale's over, you got to wait till there's a sale. And when the sale's on, she's going to tell you. So there's somewhere where you can get that ring made right now. She's showing me that golden opportunity right now.
I'm going to have to check that out.
She spins you around, which is my symbol for watching what we eat, taking better care of ourselves, exercising. She's whistling. She said, you're beautiful. I think, oh, yes, I think I know exactly what she's talking about now.
Yeah,
Sorry, it took me a second. But she's showing me your daughter. Is one of your children like working out with you or something now?
She's not working out with me, but she's working out by herself. Like she's taken initiative
To start now.
Actually, yeah, 2 of them.
That's amazing because your grandma's like, she's so proud of you because what you thought you couldn't do, these young kids were like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, right, mom. Yeah, right, mom. And then when you did it, they're like, hey, if this old chick can do it, we can do it.
True. Yeah, very true.
And
yeah,
this is a good example for everybody that's watching as well, that people don't do what we tell them to do. They do what we do, right?
Exactly. Yeah. 100%.
Okay, slow this down. Again, back to that worry around dad.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he's just working too hard or what this is. If he's not retired, I do feel some slowing down coming up in his world. But I do feel some worry around that or some tension. I don't know if there's been tension with him and his wife or in that house, but his mom is showing me that I'm watching you symbol.
Right. He doesn't talk a lot about his feelings. He's like closed off a little bit, and we haven't really got a chance to really spend a lot of time together due to COVID. And I mean, now it's going to be another few weeks because there is COVID in their house. So
there you go. She put the.
My stepmom has COVID or not, but like they're older, and it's just
That's why she's putting the white blanket around their shoulders. In this whole time that there has been health or stress issues, and I could feel it a lot around your stepmom. And if she's the one with COVID, I understand this perfectly now.
It didn't even dawn on me that they were like, it just slipped my mind, and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Because that's why they're watching over dad to make sure he doesn't get it. You see?
Yeah.
She's like, thank you. Sometimes the dead think that we're just like thick, right? They're like, how are they not understanding me? It's so clear.
Yeah, they just want to like slap you in the back of the head.
I know. They do. Me, trust me, they'll pull my hair. So, okay. So as she's kind of pulling her energy, she shows me my symbol for pride. She tells me that you need to start, you know what? This is interesting. I do notice that what she did say to you was that she wants you to invest some time into the ring because that makes you feel good, right? Mm-hmm. She did tell you to invest some time in thinking about booking your trip again because that feels good. And so when I see those types of things coming forward, it makes me feel like maybe you've been thinking a little bit too much about your restrictions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's her reminding you that the more you think about your restrictions, the more restrictions you're going to get. Start planning that vacation. Who cares if it's this year, next year, 5 years from now? If it takes 5 years, you're going to have it so planned out that it's going to be like you already had the vacation 15 times, right? But just plan it in your head and do these activities that are going to make you feel loved and appreciated and joyful, because the minute that you feel those emotions, it's like you unpinch the hose and you allow them to come flowing right in.
Right.
She loves you. She's so proud of you.
I love her too.
And then one more thing, as she's pulling her energy back, she's popping a pot out on the stove. I feel like we are having or there's something about we got to make food for everyone.
Maybe.
It feels sooner than that. Are you expecting, and now I'm seeing football. When is
To a friend's house on Sunday.
you go? She's going with you. And she's proud of you that you guys are going because you're and not fear and ridiculousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we make choices based on love, then good things happen. When we make choices based on fear, then bad things happen. And so she's really proud of you guys for doing that. And she spun your husband around. Was he worried about it?
I don't think so. I mean, he doesn't tell me when he's worried. He's more of like the tough guy.
She's like, because she just spun him around. She kind of, spun him around, kicked him in the butt. That's my symbol for like accountability or get it together kind of thing.
I know
like,
what that's all about.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because we've been doing this health journey together, and since I've had my surgery, he's kind of like took a back seat to it. Keeps every day saying like, I need to get this in gear, I need to do it, and she's kicking him because of that. I'm almost sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Because you know what? When you guys are on the same page together, then you move forward twice as quickly. But and that's why she keeps, that makes even more sense, because what has she been doing this whole time? Giving you things to think about going forward and saying, stop thinking of your restrictions. And what he's doing right there is he's thinking about how he's failed and how he screwed up. And the more he thinks about how he screwed up, the more he screws up.
Exactly. Yep.
So start talking to him about how hot he looks and about how amazing he's going to look even more when he's done, and how proud you are of him for going on this journey. And he'll be like, I didn't exercise today. And be like, I don't care. I'm still proud of you because I know you're going to. And if you keep doing that with him, I use that reverse psychology on my teenagers all the time when I want them to take out the garbage. I just sit down and appreciate the heck out of them until they go, fine, shut up. I'll take it out.
So true. That's so true.
Oh, she's pulling her energy back. I hope that was helpful, hon.
It was. Thank you, Tracy.
You're welcome. You have a great rest of your day.
You too, and enjoy your new place.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
I love the dead. I can't see what time it is, though. I know I've only had 2 callers, but what time is it? We got 10 minutes. So if I don't get another call in the next 10 minutes, then I will just remind you guys that next week, probably next Saturday, I will be live on Instagram and on YouTube. This week, probably not Monday, but definitely on Tuesday. By Tuesday, I am all caught up again with most of this stuff. So we are going to do an extra long like and share tarot. Well, I guess I shouldn't say extra long because it depends on how many people liked and shared, right? Facebook, unfortunately, I can't even post on my own Facebook page. My sister doesn't really know how, so as a moderator. So you guys have to go to my website, THMedium.ca. And because I just moved and all that, I haven't really updated that website yet, but I will very soon. And the THM Club is going to make a few changes here coming forward, you guys, or rest of your weekend, I suppose. And I will see you here again on Tuesday. Take care.